Hi everybody, my name is Caden.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Eli.
I'm Jason. And we are the Yahuwah and the Torah channel. Thank you very much. That was almost stereo. Maybe we can try that again, Jay. We are the Yahuwah and the Torah YouTube channel. All right, we can do that better.
Better the first time.
It did sound better the first time. And we should just continue on. When we start speaking over each other, we might as well just keep speaking, especially if we're in stereo. It would sound awesome. Okay, everybody, thank you guys very, very much for hanging out with us. We are hanging with you, and we are the people who what?
I believe the law, statute, commandments are the first 5 books of the Bible, and that they belong for all generations. That anyone who says they're done away with is deceived or does not want to be part of the kingdom, that they are on Hasatan's side, because Hasatan will tell you that the commands are done away with. And Yahuwah says, keep my commands if you want to be my people.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to be the child of the Most High, then all we have to do is obey the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator. Or if you want to be the child of the devil, just don't obey the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator. And so that is what we're defined. And we are deep into, not actually deep into it, we're in chapter 5 of the book called The Enlightened Ones. And I believe it's called The Enlightened Ones. For those who have not seen anything else in the series, these are amazing. These are actually really, really amazing readings. These are words from our Messiah. Most people know him as Jesus the Christ. There's no J's in Hebrew, so his name couldn't have been Jesus. So, and in fact, that Jesus is a pagan name, is Jesus, right? And so the joke's on us. But we've been lied to, and they changed that around in the 1611 King James version. And prior to that, they had his name as Iusus, which is again incorrect. His name is Yahushua. Some say it is Yeshua. It's very much closer than Jesus, and so that is who we are talking about today, and these are the words of Messiah Yahushua. Chapter 5. Yahushua went with his disciples into Yahudah and taught there. At this time, Yochanan of the wilderness, who heralded the coming of Yahushua, was baptizing at Ainim, not far from Salem, because there was a plentiful supply of water in that place. A great number of people came to be cleansed in the waters, for Yochanan was still free. At this time, there was much disturbance in Samaria, and many soldiers were coming and going, for a false deliverer had arisen and proclaimed himself as Yahuwah's anointed. The people were restless, and there were many rumors, but Yochanan had no dealings with any of these things. Yet some said the false deliverer was a follower of Yochanan, but this was untrue. Okay, I think the point that's interesting right here that we should talk about is that there were false deliverers, right? And so Messiah talked about this, and we didn't know if it was past, present, future. We don't know when the false messiahs and this is going to come, but it looks like there was one that was already there. And so I guess that's something that I guess is for all generations. The false messiahs will always come. Okay, we're trying to get our dogs not to thing, and hold on real quick. 3. The disciples of Yochanan came to him and said, "Respected teacher, some time ago you testified concerning a man who came to you on the other side of the river. Now he has started to baptize, and his teachings gather many men to him." Yochanan said, sorry about the noise over there. Yochanan said, "No man can speak with authority concerning Yahuwah without his sanction. But this man I know to be a true messenger and a worthy son." They said, "He also heals." Yochanan replied, "No man can heal except through the power of the Ruach HaKodesh, and this man has that power. I have said I am not the Messiah, neither am I any other whom men seek. I am the Forerunner sent to herald this coming. The bride belongs to the bridegroom, but he who stands at the bridegroom's right hand to support him is pleased when he hears the words spoken by the bridegroom. That pleasure is now mine, but not for long. For as my star declines, so his waxes brighter." Yochanan feared no man and condemned hypocrisy and indifference to the Torah wherever he found it. He was the rod of the poor and unlearned, and a staff to the weak and oppressed. He was incorruptible and spoke forthrightly, never hiding anything within his heart, and condemned wrongdoing wherever it occurred. Now Yochanan baptized with water, and because of this the priests were against him. But on this matter they could do nothing. However, Yochanan had condemned the actions of Herod, who had sinned against his blood and the Torah. And because of this, the people murmured against Herod. Therefore, as these were restless times, and the people were in a mood for revolt, he had Yochanan taken and imprisoned. For had there been a rising against Herod at this time, Rome could have not come to his aid. Yochanan was imprisoned in a fortress, and this pleased Herodias, for she had long borne ill will towards him. Though Herod had no lawful right to take his brother's wife, the fault was not his alone. Herodias wished with all her heart to rid herself of the condemnations of Yochanan, but could not accomplish this because Herod held Yochanan in awe. For he was a truly holy man, much beloved by the people. Though Yochanan was kept in confinement, Herod often spoke with him and listened to his words. But though they stirred the heart of Herod, he found them difficult to understand. While in prison, doubt stirred in the heart of Yochanan, and he sent disciples to Yahushua, inquiring whether he felt he was truly Yahuwah's anointed. For at this time there was much confusion on the matters. When the disciples returned, their reply puzzled Yochanan, for they reported Yahushua as saying, I am not he whom you expected, or the deliverer of these people, but the deliverer of all men. Nevertheless, if only another will change the hearts of the people, I shall not be found wanting. But Yochanan received wisdom and knew he had not erred. Now a certain feast day came, and Herod entertained his officials and leading men of Galilee. And during the course of the entertainment, his daughter danced for the guests. She so charmed and delighted them that Herod, while under the influence of wine and the urging of others, being also full of pride at their applause, swore to grant her any boon, whatever it entailed. I don't know what any boon is, but I guess any wish. Yeah, I guess if you guys have any wishes, I have a boon to wish, or what boon would you like this year? Okay, so 12. The girl withdrew to consult her mother, who told her to request the head of Yochanan. Though the request greatly upset Herod and sobered him because he realized the extent of his folly, he himself could not break an oath of this sort made in the presence of his guests. The oath sworn was a kingly one, but Herod was not a king. Therefore he put it to one of the guests, a learned man, as to whether anything he wished to do would have force within the Torah, or whether he could only be bound by an oath made within the Torah. The man replied that even kings were bound by the Torah, and though Herod was less than a king, he had sworn a kingly oath, which, if broken, would confirm his lack of kingly authority. However, he said that Yochanan, being a lawbreaker, could not be protected by the Torah, and so the oath made by Herod stood. What do you guys think when he was talking about John being a lawbreaker?
He just tricked the king to get him killed.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Herod obviously knew that he wasn't a lawbreaker, right?
Yeah, and so, I mean, this is a thing to get him so he didn't feel as bad.
I think, yeah.
So was Herod a Jew?
I don't think Herod was a Jew.
I don't know if he's Roman or not.
I don't know what he was, honestly.
I think he was like an exile place with the authority because like the Romans liked him or something.
Because we knew there's Herod and there's also Caesar that were Caesar under these kind of things. And I think Brother Glenn would have the answers to that, and I know he listens to these as well. So maybe Brother Glenn, you can let us know exactly what the authority was back there and who Herod was. I don't have the answers for that. I could look it up, but Brother Glenn would definitely have that. Okay, so let's continue on. 14. So on the morrow, the head of Yochanan was struck off and displayed at the gate. So it was that Yochanan was put to death because Herod feared his influence over the people. For he declared the coming of a new kingdom, and Herod feared the day of deliverance. Yochanan had said, I have been sent with many powers. I am with you to point you out the way of the Torah. I herald the deliverer and the rule of Elohim. Yochanan had taught his disciples to pray in this manner. Holy be the name of Yahuwah in the places he served to serve his will. Let the coming of the new kingdom under the rule of Elohim not be delayed beyond our days, but come in the time which is at hand. Now this is interesting, right? Because we don't have a lot of how do you pray in the scriptures, right? There's no guides for it. We're told to pray a lot. We're told that people pray a lot. But as far as how to pray, Messiah Yahushua was the only one that really gave us any kind of clarification, and this is how you pray. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread as we forgive those who trespass against us. I think I messed that up. As we forgive our debtors and as we forgive those who trespass against us. Something of the sort. That was the best I had from memory. But here is another particular place. And, as far as how do we pray, this is very good stuff, right? It doesn't take much, right? It doesn't take repeating as the pagans do. You don't have to say it over and over and over and over. It was simple enough. Holy be the name of Yahuwah in the places he created to serve his will. Let the coming of the new kingdom under the rule of Elohim not be delayed beyond our days, but come in the time which is at hand. 17. When the followers of Yochanan heard what had happened, they took charge of the body of Yochanan and laid it in a tomb by the river. There was a loud outcry from the people who said, "Why should our prophets be treated in this manner? Where is our deliverer?" Later, when Yahushua returned to the river, he found 2 followers of Yochanan and took them to a place of safety.
So they probably became disciples.
Yeah, what do you guys make of this? They took him to a place of safety.
Got them away from there because they probably were out to kill them too.
Probably people.
Probably waiting for like that's why we were talking about earlier, killing everybody there because now there's gonna be a probably so these people are probably in danger.
It said he returned to the river. I think that's the river where Yochanan was baptizing. I think this is where they're sitting, probably teaching. This is probably he's probably all right. It's time to move on. You guys don't have the same protection or something.
Well, the verse before that says, when the followers of Yochanan heard that they had happened, they took charge of the body of Yochanan and laid it in the tomb by the river.
Yeah, so they probably brought him back to where he was.
And so, yeah, wherever the tomb was, but
I assume it's where he taught. Right? I assume there's gonna be close because that's something important to him.
But what do you make of the safety? Why? What do we make of Yahushua going? And because the two people of whenever your master, whenever your leader is destroyed, there's confusion amongst the ranks, and nobody knows. Especially where a big leader is. You chop off the head of the leader, and the people scatter, and they don't know what to do. I don't. Probably their lives. I mean, he took them to a place of safety. It sounds like he saved their life.
Could be comfort, right? Safety could just be comfort for them as well, because they are broken, right? Their master died. They have no one to lead them. So now their new master, their new safe, their new cushion for protection is Yahushua.
Yeah, and so this was these were very popular folks back in the day, Yochanan, and he was very outspoken. And all right, what do you guys think of this?
We have heard some of that before, a little more detail on why Herod killed Yochanan. But,
a little bit more. We also learned that the morrow after, right? So if we just have regular scriptures and we hear the story of John the Immerser getting his head lopped off, it sounds like it was immediate, right at that party. But it sounds like it was the day after, which is interesting because it was really dramatic. Like you hear that this kind of I would have to say not well dressed girl is dancing in front of a whole bunch of liquored up people, and it sounds like in scriptures that it just happens, right? Give me the head of John the Immerser. They go down there, cut it up, and they put it on a platter, and they give it to her or him. But it sounds like it was a day afterwards, and it also sounds like there was a dilemma that Herod had, that he didn't want to do this.
He was very scared to do it, right? And I think he befriended John, right? He was a friend of John. It sounded like if he was going out listening to his teachings. Well,
he said that. He said that when he went and probably talked to him in the captivity and listened to hear what he said.
Unless you like the guy, you won't be sitting and listening to him for very long. So I mean, you go down there, he obviously befriended John in prison.
Yeah, and so Herod was always in awe of this guy, and so. Okay, well, here you have it, guys. Thank you guys very, very much. We hope you guys have a wonderful day. We hope that you guys tune in next time, and we will go over chapter 6 tomorrow. Much love.
Shalom.